My heart is fluttering talking about this.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
nervous
Okay.
to tell the story because this is huge.
Oh, well, all right. Well, get to it, Dickless.
I jog over there. I see 3 homeless people that tried to me the day before. I'm stepping over a guy that shoved me in the morning.
What the hell? What was it again? What the f? Good podcast.
So I get in there. I open the door. Clangety clang clang. I look up. I freeze. My ex-girlfriend is behind the counter, who I haven't seen in 7.5 years. We lived together 17 years ago. You remember, we first became friends right after she left me. I was down in the dumps, doesn't even describe it. I almost killed myself. I was suicidal. I was panicky. Bucket list. Unbelievable. She lives in Cleveland. Last I saw, she lived in San Diego.
I thought she was in Denver.
She's from Denver. We lived together in New York. She moved to Argentina. That's why we broke up.
Peru.
Peru. I went down and met her in Peru.
Yes.
We were together.
Yes,
remember?
yeah. Beth.
Becca.
Becca.
We were
Facing
in
Becca.
I did a one-man show about her.
I remember. I had to
were
watch
there.
it multiple times.
You didn't have to.
Well, I try to support you.
It was a good show. It had
Oh, my
legs.
God, Becca. This is great. You met her at Caroline. She said you weren't attractive.
Yes,
She
yes,
was great in bed.
yes,
She was Irish. Yes, I remember
My God.
Becca.
It's crazy. So, I mean, it's just unbelievable. I haven't seen this woman. I looked it up. 7.5. Last time I saw her, I was with you at Ari's storytelling show in Denver.
At the Comedy Works.
In 2018, January 20th, 2018.
Wow.
You know, we were friendly, whatever. You just kind of fall the wayside.
Sure. Well, you were a young man, young love.
So it was crazy for the folks at home. I'm sure you've heard about it a million times. I did a Ari's show, an entire podcast about going to Peru with this woman.
Yeah, you got food poisoning, or she did.
She almost died. She shit her pants in front of my face. She had black and white, horizontally striped underwear. I was rubbing her back. We were in a tent, a 2-person tent. Never hooked up.
Pants tent.
And she went like just a Dunkin' Donuts coffee of a shart just blasting right in my eye.
Oh, my Lord.
And then the Kike, our guide, came out and gave her Tylenol. He's like, you need Tylenol? I'm like, Tylenol? She needs a helicopter. She's going to die.
She needs a miracle.
So anyways, we lived together. I met her at Caroline's. I was bombing. She was I said, whoever's back there, I'm in love with you. I met her afterwards.
Man.
I'd already told her I loved her. We moved in after 6 weeks. It was crazy.
Yeah. Wow. She's a cute lady.
You got that straight.
And so you just walk in, ding-a-ling, and then you see old BB.
I was shocked. I mean, I've never seen it. It's the craziest thing. Even now,
Wow.
I can't wrap my tits around it. I mean, picture going to Omaha,
Right.
and you see Megan,
Yeah, wow, hey, you got
and
it.
she's teaching your ski class.
Oh, man, holy, that's crazy.
And
wow.
oh man, it's Mickey. I mean,
Yeah.
I couldn't even get words. I was shaking. I looked like an asshole. And by the way, she knew I was coming because I signed up. So it says Joseph List at Joe List Comedy or whatever.
And she could probably do some googs, and you're at the club.
Well, I think her brother's a fan of our show. He's a Tuesday.
Hey, all right, she's a nice lady. We really like her.
Yeah, so, and then you don't talk to someone for 8 years. You're like, maybe she hates me. I don't know. Maybe she
Sure,
heard the
sure.
podcast. I talked about, flicking a butt seat off my cock one time or whatever it is.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. But, so I'm literally shaking. I'm like, and now I got to do yoga in 8 minutes.
Oh my God! I mean, do you exchange pleasantries? You go, how you doing? You give her free tickets. What's the move?
No, we on the mat.
Hey,
It's crazy. No, I mean,
downward anal.
How you do? This is great. She's like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, what are you doing in Cleveland? You live in Cleveland? And this woman, I mean, she went to, Bhutan and, wherever the else it was, some
Bhutan,
other
you already-
place, Argentina, Bolivia, the whole
Tina
thing,
Turner.
Peru.
Yeah.
And she's from Denver and moved to San Diego, I thought.
Who moves to Cleveland? No offense, Cleve, but that's not really like a destination.
That's why I said, I was like, I thought she would live in India before she'd live in Cleveland.
Yeah.
But her husband's a doctor.
And
They had the Cleveland Clinic.
I didn't know about this guy. I don't like him.
Yeah, I didn't like him from the get-go.
This guy feels like trouble, but at least she's tied down, and she's happy.
Well, how about this? We get to talking. We had 7 minutes before class. We had babies 4 days apart.
What the
October
hell?
27th, October 23rd. And she didn't know I was a father, so I busted out 58 photos. Then, by the way, it's weird catching up with an ex that you haven't seen in 8 years because you got to be like, I live in Battery Park City. I'm a millionaire. My teeth are straight. My father's gay. I just did the Tonight Show.
Yeah, the herpes still there, but everything else way
Herpes,
improved.
warts, whatever. But
Sure.
I'm just sending her YouTube clips. I'm like 10 million views on YouTube.
Just in the Tonight Show, bitch.
But you know what's wonderful? It's like the George Costanza. If you take everything I've ever accomplished and condense it down to a couple hours, it looks decent.
Yes.
You know me, I have such a hard time connecting to anything I've accomplished. I just hate myself.
Yeah, sure.
Horrible self-esteem and the whole thing. But when you're talking to somebody you haven't seen in years, you're like, oh yeah, I have a kid. I live in Battery Park City.
Good
We have a
point.
balcony. I just did the Tonight Show. My movie's in the theaters. My special's coming out in the theaters next week. I got a YouTube. Just hit 10 million.
That's a good point.
When you start explaining to somebody else who hasn't seen you in years, you're
Right.
like, this is pretty crazy.
It's true because you barely finish high school, you don't go to college, you work at Sears, you become an alcoholic, blah blah blah. But from her on, you're cooking.
Yeah, all I needed was, a swift kick in the asshole by the love of my life leaving me abruptly.
I
But
guess so.
it was insane. But this is the crazy thing is, so now I haven't seen this person. I never possibly even would have considered that she might be in Cleveland, Ohio,
Not in a million.
including at a yoga class that I just randomly went to downtown.
It's like your Forrest Gump, and it's Jenny.
That's what it felt
Yeah,
like.
you're at the Million Man March or whatever, and she's like, List, I have AIDS.
Yeah.
I have AIDS, and your son.
Well, no hug, but whatever. It still was good. And then
Still Irish.
you have to go, okay, let's go start yoga class. So now I'm just being taught yoga by this woman for an hour.
Holy hell,
And she's
man.
grabbing my hips and adjusting me.
Oh, you get the old feelings back.
But she walks in, she's got the earpiece like Madonna,
Sure, Matt Rife.
and she goes, does he do that?
Yeah, it's a shame.
Oh, boy.
He's handsome. They can do whatever they want.
He's from Ohio, I think.
That's right, Cleveland.
So, she walks in, and then she goes, this is Joe List. He's a famous comedian. Because she starts laughing.
Oh, don't blow me up here,
She's like,
sister.
this is Joe List. He's a comedian. I go, we dated 18 years ago. I didn't know she was here. And the crowd starts clapping. The yoga kid.
It's like a Hallmark movie.
And it's me and a bunch of yoga girls. And so then afterward, I'm pouring sweat. It's the hardest class. It's like twice as hard as yesterday's class. I think she was trying to teach me a lesson or something.
And your heart was pounding from the love.
Oh, it was pounding. And I was pounding years ago. But it was so crazy. So the whole time you got to try to compartmentalize.
Right.
Because every couple seconds I'm like, what the
Holy, this
What
is
the fuck?
insane. Of all the gin joints and all the
That's
yogas.
exactly what I said.
Crazy.
It was insane. And so then she's running the half marathon the next day. And she's like, I got to go get my bib.
Ah, the bib. I like the cut of her bib.
So I go, you can't drive over there. The road's closed because there's a race today. But I go, I know how to get there. She's never been to downtown Cleveland, even though she lives there. I've been going for years.
Too dicey?
Well, I think she just lives in the suburbs.
I see.
They got, first of all, her husband's a doctor,
Yeah.
and they're in Cleveland. They're probably the richest man in town, like George Bailey.
Good point.
So I walked her over there. We caught up. I said, this is that. She's been doing this. I've been doing that. We had some laughs, and it was great. And
Was
then the
there-
next day,
A chub at all?
no chub.
Okay,
Well,
that's good.
Well, first of all, I'm 43 years old. I go a full weekend without a chub or jerking off.
What? That's unheard of.
I'm telling you, because
A
I'm
full weekend.
Well, I'm just in my own head. I got the shows, and we're very busy right now.
That's true. We're busy people. You got a publicist, for Pete's sake.
I know. It's only when I go home and I'm
Chublicist.
back in bed with a woman that I'm like, oh, sex.
Ah, right,
have
right.
sex.
Yeah, you got to be there.
Well, once sex is out of the possibility, you're kind of like, what am I doing? What do I care?
Yeah, good point.
That's how I feel, anyways.
Well,
I mean,
it's
if I
a
went
lot
to
of
a
work.
titty bar, I'm sure I'd chub
Wow,
up. But,
sure. Okay, sorry. That was a chub break.
but Nick Chubb. So, yeah, we walked around, and it felt like Forrest Gump, where you bump into each other and you walk around all night. But it was like 20 minutes and morning. But
I saw her ruin your Black Panther party.
so then the next day was the race.
Yeah.
And this race takes off from right outside the hotel.
Oh, my
I was leaving
Lord.
at 7:30. The race is at 7. So I was like, I'll come over at 6:40. So we caught up again.
Oh, my God. You hand her a hot tea?
Nah, no
Okay.
tea. But it was like old times, You're making her laugh. And what I always loved and continue to love about this person is my favorite quality in a person. She thinks I'm the funniest person of all time.
Oh, yeah.
So she's on the floor, pissing her pants, laughing. I'm just doing my act for her.
You missed out there, Becca.
Oh, especially now. I got the cash.
You got the cash, you got the teeth, you got the kid, you got the apartment.
Forget about it.
You got the Statue of Lib right outside your cunt.
You've got that straight. So that was great. And then ran the race. I was being a silly goose. And
Yeah.
It was fun. And then later she texts like, I can't believe we saw each other in Cleveland. This is so crazy. So now it feels like, oh, great. We can text a little
Sure,
bit.
sure.
I mean, I haven't talked to her since. But it's nice to catch up with an ex when there's no, you've moved, you're married, you have kids, there's no animosity, there's no
Right.
more, like, you said this, I did that, if we had only had this. You just see the person and it breaks it down into the brass tacks of what you liked in the first place.
Yeah, yeah. And it's nice to see her when you're doing all right.
Of course.
Imagine
Oh,
you were-
yeah. If I was
you were-
featuring, I would have
Oh, my
left the
God.
class and stolen a yoga mat.
You hear that, Bulger? You got to step it up. Just kidding.
But I mean, shocked, Jerry.
Of all the people, that's so crazy.
It didn't make sense. I couldn't register it. I mean, I was frozen in the door and literally like I was like, oh, let me show you a photo of my baby.
Wow. And you were just jogging there, too. You're worried about the time, getting a water, so it really couldn't have hit you with more of a splash.
I mean, my heart was I was buzzing for the day. It was really wild.
Because you prepped me. I talked to you yesterday, and you were like, got a big story. You're not going to believe who I run into. And I'm such a comedy homo. I'm like, maybe he met Seinfeld. Maybe he met Larry. Maybe he
Right.
met Richard Pryor.
Well, I'll take this over Larry. I mean,
Well, sure. This
is-
means something. Larry would go, who? What? Don't touch me.
Well, you also had that thing of like, I just thought I wouldn't see this person again in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, 8 years, you're like, oh, all right, well, we're doing our own thing and whatever.
Unbelievable.
Unreal.
Wow. And everything's copacetic. You guys are all, that's nice too, that you see your old ex and there's no bull.
Well, we had bless you.